What's up? What's up? What's happening? You're not tuned in to 13SignsAstrology.com. I'm your master of ceremony. On this episode, I'm gonna speak on some of the stuff that's going on in the music industry. You guys know that I've been kind of preparing for this particular episode for a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it now. Now you guys know I ain't never been scared. I ain't never been the type of person that is gonna hold back any information from you. I'm the type of person that's just gonna keep it real and tell you, basically what I know based upon my knowledge base, and just kind of throw it out there like that. Some hip hop beef going on, and it kind of started. It's crossing over into the conscious community as well. So I feel like this video is relevant because like it's not limited to just hip hop music. Like this shit is like a deep ass war is going on right now, and it started in the spiritual communities and actually ended up leaking into the hip hop communities because what a lot of these hip hoppers don't know, these rappers and people that support the culture or whatnot, like what you guys don't know is that hip hop and spirituality and even religion and even Freemasonry and all of that goes hand in hand. Like all of that shit is interconnected and intertwined through different secret societies, through different treaties, through different pacts that different governments may have. So hip hop, like let me explain to you what hip hop is first of all. Hip hop is a political tool. Like hip hop is revolutionary as fuck. Like don't get it twisted. Hip hop is like the most feared weapon that there is known to man. Like hip hop is more feared than a nuclear bomb. Like the world fears hip hop more than they fear a fucking nuclear bomb getting dropped on some country right now. That's how much they fear hip hop because I think I heard it was Free Ray Ricky Ross, the real original Free Ray Ricky Ross, by the way, talking about this, and he was saying like how they use different hip hop artists and things like that as an act of warfare, and it's true. Like even everything down to the particular name that an artist calls his or herself in hip hop. Like that shit is like it scares like when you say you're about to get into hip hop music, the first thing a person asks you, so what's your name gonna be? Like what's your recording artist name gonna be? Like what are you gonna call yourself? And this is because of the fact that your very name can be used as a tool in an act of warfare in hip hop, and that kind of links into what's going on with the beef in hip hop. It's all based on the names. See, in the Bible, it says that a good name is better than a brick of gold. It's better than a block of gold. What did the Bible mean by that? Was the Bible just trying to use some type of and you guys know I'm gonna kind of digress for a sec. You guys know I quote the Bible a lot, and many people are like, man, you're religious, man. Like, why are you always talking about the Bible and quoting the Bible? And like, the Bible is like is corrupt, and the Bible is for Christians, and you always quoting it when you're talking about metaphysics. Like, why don't you quote the Egyptian Book of the Dead, or like why don't you quote stuff like that? Like, why are you guys quoting the Bible? And it's because the Bible. So you guys don't know this. Like, the Bible is really basically the hip hop, I guess you could say, gospel of that time. Like of that time back in the day, like Shakespeare and them, the people that created the Bible, these were like they were MCs, and this is why the Bible has verses. The Bible is a magical book. The Bible was written in a context called Holy Writ, and it was, you could say, Jewish or Hebrew mystics that created the Bible. So I'm not nowhere near against the Bible, overstand the Bible more than what most of you guys could overstand. I can talk about the Bible with somebody that went to theologian school. So you guys, you just read the Bible from like a spectator's point of view. You don't read it from the architect's point of view, the person that constructed the Bible. So that's why people get mad when they hear me say stuff about the Bible. And Christians too, like you shouldn't be quoting that. You're not a Christian. This is a Christian book. The Bible is not a Christian book. The Bible is older than Christianity. There was a Bible before there was Christianity. So Christianity is only like 500 years old. The Bible is much older than that. King James is the name of a family estate, the group of people. King James is a think tank. King James was not one person. And this is what you guys fail to realize. I can go, that's a whole nother story. So this whole war is going on, you know, is based upon the names, and the Bible says that a good name is better than gold. Why does the Bible say this? Like, what is the Bible speaking of? Is it just some metaphor to sound good, or does it really mean something? True indeed, it means something, because a good name will tie you into the gold, the resources, the copper, the oil, the platinum. This is what a good name will do. So yeah, a good name is true indeed better than gold, and this is what people fail to realize because of the fact you don't really give a fuck about names anymore. People don't. And even in the Bible, it teaches you that, you know, Adam was one of the main things he was taught, and I said this on a couple of videos back, was he was taught the names of things. He was taught, he was given the power to name things. You don't understand language nowadays. People don't. You don't care about language, so you don't care what your name is really. But your name, but it's a group of people in a think tank that when you name yourself something, they'll sign you and give you a record deal based upon the name that you choose. If you choose the right name, you'll get a record deal. If you don't, you won't. And then even if you do try to go independent, depending on the name that you use will determine how successful or unsuccessful you are. It's all based on your name. And that's what's going on right now. Like, you got these people, and some beef going on in the hip hop industry. I'm gonna get right to it. Like, one of the main beefs I want to address, because it's the center of what's going on right now, is this beef that's going on with Young Money and with Lil Wayne and Baby and Drake, and some people, some cats out of Houston are involved in it. Then it's carrying over into Atlanta. And it's this beef going on, and basically, make a long story short, what the beef is really truly about. I mean, I didn't really get deep into researching the beef, and you know, they said, I know some facts that happened, just to throw them out for you. They said Lil Wayne, no, actually, Young Thug came down to New Orleans. His bus got shot up. His tour bus got shot up. So then Lil Wayne goes to Atlanta, and his tour bus gets shot up. So they trying to say that it's this beef between Young Thug and Lil Wayne, and I think for what they were saying on this documentary that I watched, that Lil Wayne, I mean Baby was siding with Young Thug and them on that side, because you know Baby, you know, dropped a song with Young Thug and them called Lifestyle back, you know, maybe a couple years back, and Lil Wayne wasn't on it. So they trying to say, like, you know, for the most part that I guess Baby and Slim and them are against Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne and his whole Young Money movement then kind of like broke off, and Lil Wayne's kind of like doing his own thing. And the reason why I'm addressing him is because Lil Wayne's kind of like in the position that I'm in right now, with the conscious community, the metaphysical community, because like I told you, this beef is carrying over. And like Lil Wayne, basically, he's like, man, like it's basically this. It's these elders. And I'm not knocking Baby, I'm not knocking Slim. Like I said, I don't know the intricate details of your beef, but I know what I'm in and what I'm experiencing. And most likely what I'm experiencing is similar. Me and Lil Wayne are kind of close in age. So what I'm experiencing is probably similar to what he's experiencing. So I can kind of like sympathize with him. I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong, because at the end of this video, I'm going to address what I think should be done about this and help you guys understand. But this is what I'm going to say. Lil Wayne's kind of like in what I'm in. Lil Wayne, he's like basically like a radical ass dude, but he's loyal as hell. Like, he was loyal to Cash Money and Young Money and all of that whole movement for years. Like, I mean, people was laughing at him because he would never break away. Juvenile broke away. You know what I'm saying? BG broke away. All them cats broke away from that movement, and Lil Wayne stayed loyal to that movement. And for what I'm gathering from the beef, all beefs are centered around money, because everything is about money. So it's like you got basically to the point where Lil Wayne, I think, it feel like he's not getting paid what he's supposed to get paid, or there's some royalties or something that's not being released that's owed to him. And, you know, he like, man, I'm finna do my own thing. You know, I'm finna break away, I'm finna do my own thing. And then you got the elders that trying to come down on him. That's the bottom line. Baby and them, they're his elders. They like, I mean, he referred to Baby as his father in many songs, because these are his elders. But the thing with the elders is that, and I'm going to say this or whatever, see, I'm young enough and old enough to say it. See, I'm not no youngster, man, so you're not going to control me and tell me what the fuck I can and can't say. You know what I'm saying? I made plenty of videos, extortion, 36astrology.com. I'm not holding back, dude. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You're not going to control what I'm going to say. And I'm going to say when I want to say it, what I want to say. I'm going to name my videos, what I want to name them, and whatever come what may. I'm not scared. I wouldn't be talking like this if I was scared to die. Don't give a fuck about that. But anyway, so Lil Wayne, he basically broke away. Like, man, I'm finna do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, it's all about money, and it's like you withhold my money, you withhold my royalties, or whatever. Like, this is what I'm gathering from the beat. I don't know how deep it goes, who got shot, or who fought who, or whatever, or who's wrong or who's right. It's not even all about that. This is just the broad aspect of what I've researched. And the thing is, with these elders or whatever, is it's like they done got themselves into a lot of debt. See, it's just like what happened. It's going on in the conscious community, and people got mad when I was releasing these videos. The elders, and they like, you shouldn't be releasing this stuff for free on YouTube. You need to like sell DVDs. You need to do something like, because you're like dropping information that's too pertinent and too deep, and it needs to be sold. The game is to be sold, not told. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of the elders, they come from that pimp background. And I'm gonna do a video talking about pimp, so I'm not gonna really touch that, but you know what I'm saying? They come from that whole pimp background, so their whole thing is like, this is the game, you gotta sell it. And I understand that. But I guess you could say like I'm space age pimping, like my man 8Ball said. Like I understand how this whole pimping game from a whole nother perspective, from a whole nother level. This whole selling the game instead of telling the game from a whole nother level. Like I told you last video on Money Mondays, like this world is based on consumers and investors. You can be on a consumer realm where you selling some shit to some consumers, or you can get on the high levels of the investor realm where you giving out stuff for free to the consumers, and the investors are the people that endorse and pay for what you're doing. So it's like what I'm doing is on a deeper business level, and a lot of even the elders don't understand it, because the elders, they don't understand business. Like even like, you know, a lot of these label moguls, like you got white guys that are over you guys. They gave you a loan, that funded you. You control. And that's what they mad like they mad at Floyd Mayweather. Like Floyd Mayweather, he's his own man. He built himself from the ground up. And they hate that. He ain't got no contracts controlling him. That's the new thing right now. Like our generation, we breaking free from all these contracts and people controlling us and all this, telling us when we can do something, when we can't, and how we can do it. Not gonna tell me anything. I paid cash for everything that I own. It might not be a lot. I'm gonna do my video on how I got into this position, becoming a backpacker. I'm gonna give you guys my background, what I used to have versus what I have right now, what I've let go of. I got witnesses, prove, you know, that show and prove everything that I'm saying is facts. But I've touched hundreds of thousands of dollars in my life, so money doesn't move me. And then I've slept on the street, so the lack of money doesn't move me. That doesn't scare me either. I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm just going to say what I want to say, and you guys just have to accept it. So I know I'm mixing myself up in this a lot, because me and Lil Wayne and these different hip hoppers, a lot of them, like, we got to connect. Drake and a lot of these guys, man. Like, I've met these guys, like Nas, and shout out to him. Like, I've met these guys, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know in the hip-hop game it's competitive, and there ain't no trust, and you can't trust certain people and all of that. It's not even about trust, but I just pay homage and give credit to where credit is due, period. Like, you could be my enemy, and I'm going to give you credit for fighting me a certain way. That's just how I was taught. So, but yeah, like, I've met these guys, man, and different things like that. So it's not like I'm not starstruck whatsoever. I mean, you guys are just regular people to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just why I can say these things on public format or whatever. But so yeah, the elders, man, they like in debt with these contracts, and they owe this money because of these names tie into different resources and different estates and different lands. And there's something going on with this Young Money name, you see. So this whole thing about Young Thug and Lil Wayne beefing is basically because of his name. You see, Young Thug is calling himself Young Thug, and then you got Lil Wayne that's over this Young Money label. Lil Wayne being out of New Orleans area, Young Thug being out of Atlanta, Georgia, and it's a beef because of this name ties into several different estates, and monies are owed to different royal families and things of that nature based upon the people that own and control the name. So it's like a bunch of people, like, you owe me, and he owes her, and she owes him. It's like one of those type of things or whatever. So it's like a bunch of people owe money off of these different names. So it's like they get mad when certain people use the name, the way it's used, and all of that. So it's like really this whole Young Money name is really hard to even use right now in the industry because there's so much drama going on with it. And that's the main beef I really wanted to address. Like I could go into some other beefs. They're saying that like a lot of people mad at Drake, and what they mad at Drake about is because Drake changed the game, man. Like Drake changed the game or whatever, and he changed how money is made in the music industry. He made an independent lane in a way to where you can come into the music industry and don't have to be like a dope boy, or don't have to be somebody that had millions of dollars off of doing some street shit, or even just or came from a rich family. Even though I know Drake, was on television, they say he came from this rich family, but some stuff happened with Drake and once from his transition from TV to hip hop to where he did like lose a lot. People don't know that, and he had to rebuild himself up. And Drake rebuilt himself up because he still had the knowledge of what he saw the inside of the industry, of what I guess you could say what a lot more of the white people may know about the industry versus what black people know. So he knew that side of the game, and he created a lane to build himself up from the ground up. So Drake, his whole thing with the OVO, I think his name is like OVO Entertainment or something like. That's like its own. He's like his own other entity. Drake is. Then you got Nicki Minaj, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of controversy about what's going on. And all these people are Young Money affiliates, so that's why I'm addressing them. And you got this stuff going on where some people saying Nicki Minaj is controlled by some guy or something. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, I've crossed paths, bumped heads with Nicki Minaj before I've met her. And from what I know, Nicki Minaj may have came in the game, and was definitely for a woman, it's a lot harder to be independent because you got these men that want to sit over you and control you and stuff like that. But from what I know, Nicki Minaj is a boss ass chick, man. Like for the most part, like she's straight. Like her show keeps going on, and she has a certain level of independence and control based on what she does. Like more so than any woman that I've ever known in the industry. Now, granted, yeah, I'm sure there's some men, white and black, that probably hold her name in contracts, and she probably got to answer to some people. Like I don't know the whole scenario. I know she might, but Nicki Minaj, she got her hand in like sports. She got her hand in some basketball teams. I mean, she's definitely doing her thing. So I'm not knocking that, like, because she's lasting long and doing a lot on her own. And that's where I'm getting at, because she sat up under bosses. She sat up under like Rick Ross. Shout out to Rick Ross. I bumped into him before. Erykah Badu, bumped into her before. But she sat up under people like that and soaked in game. So she basically knows the game on a level to where she can move, and she does have, like, say for instance, Nicki Minaj may have 75% control over her whole demonstration. Whereas you got a lot of women that came in the industry that didn't even have 10%. That's what you got to remember in the industry. A lot of these cats in the industry, you see them making all these millions of dollars, but they ain't even getting paid 10% of the profits that's made from their whole demonstration. They ain't even getting that. So you seeing people like Nicki Minaj and Drake, and they getting like 70, 50 to 75. That's high. That's high. And it's still beef going on because it's a lot of money. Hip hop is $1 billion industry, and it's a political tool. Don't get it twisted. When you get into hip hop, you're getting into politics. Now, I'm not going to tell all the secrets here. I mean, I could go on. There's a lot of shit I could talk about. A whole lot. I can make this video 50 hours long. I'm not. I just want to address a little bit of what's going on with the hip hop industry as it relates to the elders, man. And that's where I'm at right now. Like a lot of you elders, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I got respect for the elders. Always did. Take my hat off to the elders. The elders taught me everything I knew as far as now we talking about metaphysics because I'm jumping around here. But the elders, man, a lot of them ain't right about now. Like, you not finna pimp me because I'm young enough to still be radical and old enough to know. See? So you're not finna pimp me, you're not finna control me and try to scare me and use these boogeyman scare tactics and bohemian after dark type scare tactics and think I'm finna back down. Like, I'm finna tell the truth to these young people, because I don't want them to be in a situation that a lot of people are in because of having so much trust in the elders, and then now it's like we're losing money and we're broke because of the like the Bible says, the children suffer because of the sins of the parents, because you fucked up some money and some contracts. Now I gotta suffer, and then you gonna try to recruit other young people to beef against me, when in reality it's the elders that are puppet masters behind this whole demonstration. And that's what's going on with the music industry. That's what's going on with the conscious community. That's what's going on in a lot of sectors. So if you really care about the future and not just yourself, these elders, I would say this: man, let these people do what they gonna do. Like, let these people go and stop all this beef. Like, this beef needs to stop, man. Like, just do what you're gonna do. Let the young people do what they're gonna do. But beefing is bad for business for everybody. Period. In any industry, and you know this, and you making it bad for everybody because you're selfish. If you beefing in the music industry, that's cutting into our money. That's cutting into your money too, because you beefing. Y'all need to end these beefs. Like, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, whatever these beefs are going, y'all need to sit down, watch this video, or y'all need to end this shit that's going on in Atlanta. Because I know about what's going on in Atlanta. I'm not there right now at this moment, but I know exactly what's going on. Y'all need to end that shit that's going on in Atlanta. The beef y'all got with these people out of New Orleans and Houston, y'all need to end that shit. Y'all need to dead that shit. And so y'all can really start making money again and build the stock up in the industry, because wars are not good. I mean, war may be good for some people, but it's good for the Illuminati and the people that play both sides when y'all go to war, but it ain't no good for the industry. We need to end this war or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's good for people that's selling y'all the guns and the bullets that y'all wasted shooting up each other, and the cocaine that y'all using and selling. And, you know, it's basically these families control both sides. When you go buy your cocaine, and then you'll beat your person you got beef with, go buy his cocaine, y'all buying cocaine from the same mob family. And they benefit from both sides. But then we got this industry that, you know, we've been blessed, for the lack of a better word, to build up. We can't let some beef stop it, man. Like, so you need to stop beefing. People definitely need to stop snitching. All of that. Going to the police, and they're not going to do anything for you. They just another mob family, too. That's going to get some money off of you going to the police. That's not going to work. Stop hating. Women need to stop hating on men, beefing with men. Men need to stop hating on women. Like, it's not beneficial what's going on right now. And the old people need to stop beefing with the younger people. The elders need to stop beefing with the youth. Stop holding the youth back, man. Like, they got this shit that y'all, I know what y'all doing. Y'all doing that shit they taught y'all. It's called hold them back. Hold them down. They hold the youngster down when they know he's coming up. It's a tactic that these elders use, and that's what they're doing. And it's not cool. And you running around here because you're jealous. And it's nothing but jealousy in your heart, and that's why you're doing these things. You don't want to see nobody get no money, because your money may be burnt, dried out, because you fucked up your money all these years, and then now you want to carry it over into the young people, and you don't want to teach them nothing. So that's why I'm glad that I was able to be on both sides of the fence. That's what I have to offer to this community, because I've sat with the elders, and I've sat with younger people, younger than me, and I can do it right now. I'll meet with any of you on any side. I'm not scared. So at the end of the day, it's all about progress with me, like just trying to further what we started with metaphysics, which led to hip hop, from the 5%ers on into the Africa Bambaataa and them, on into the Nubian Nation, and then on into hip hop music, Russell Simmons, all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've dealt with it all. I done seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my whole thing is just to continue whatever's left of it, because we have killed off a bunch of people and all of this shit, but whatever's left of it, to savor that and to build on that. So that's what's going on. The beef is all about the names and people, the use of names and the contracts. The names tie into the contracts, and the names are like stocks and bonds. So, you know, like, say for instance, the Young Money name, that's a whole stock. You got to remember, Dr. Dre, one of the architects of the music industry, his last name is Young. So a lot of this even goes into LA. Like, this shit ties into like beats by Dre and contracts on top of contracts, and it needs to be cleaned up. And it needs to be, you guys need to sit down and meet with each other, figure out who owes what or who did what, and come up with a way to hustle this money up to get out of this situation. And hopefully, what I say is this, because I know hip hop is it's like an art of war tactic. I hope what you guys are doing with this beef, and I hope it's not real. Like, I hope you guys are staging this stuff so you can make some money and get attention on the music industry, so you can build the stocks back up. That's what I hope you guys are doing. I'll say it. I hope this like shit ain't real, and you guys ain't really shooting up each other and trying to really kill off each other, like Tyga and Drake and all of that, man. Like, I hope these beefs aren't real, man. Like, I hope it's just some stage shit to get the state, get equity back into the estate, to build up the stocks in the industry, man. Like, I hope that's what it's all about. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. That was my brief spill on the industry. I'm gonna have to do like many more parts to this, so be looking for another video, you know, coming sometime soon, and I'll go more in depth. But thank you guys for listening, man. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, man, just try to keep it moving, man. So Till we meet again, I'm going to leave you in namaste, leave you in peace. Blessings.